Hi and welcome. My name is Stephanie and today I have a full moon yoga practice to share with you. I am currently 30 weeks pregnant, so this class is safe for third trimester mamas. It's also safe for those of you in your first or second trimester. You don't need any props to do today's class, but 2 blocks or 2 books, even a sturdy bolster or pillow might be helpful. If you'd like to use a prop, make sure to grab it and bring it to the center long edge of your mat. We'll use it a little bit later. When you're ready, grab your yoga mat and let's begin in a tabletop position. So to find your tabletop, take your time getting there. We'll bring our wrist under our shoulders, we'll bring our knees under our hips. Focus for a moment on finding your flat back position, making sure that belly is not sinking and sagging towards the floor. We're pushing through our shoulder blades. On an inhale, let's drop the belly gently, open the chest and lift the gaze, finding our cow pose. As you exhale, tuck the pelvis, round the spine, drop the gaze, cat. Again, inhale, drop the belly, not too far. We don't want to put too much pressure on our abdominal muscles. As we open the chest and lift the gaze, finding our cow. Inhale, tuck the pelvis, push through the shoulder blades, round the spine, cat. Good, keep moving here. Inhaling as you open the chest, lift the gaze, and exhaling, rounding the spine, finding your cat pose. You might start to take some variation here. Find whatever feels good for you today. You might sink back onto your heels. You might look over one shoulder as you pop your hip to the side. You might look over the other shoulder. Just find whatever variation of cat and cow feels right for you today as we gently warm up the spine. Wherever you are, however wiggly your cat is, take 2 more inhales and exhales. Inhale, open the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. And then we'll meet in a neutral tabletop position. Good. From here, we're going to step our right toes back. Then bend that right knee, bringing the sole of our right foot towards the ceiling. We're going to pulse here. So slowly begin to lift your right foot towards the ceiling, only about 1 or 2 inches. This is a really gentle movement. We're just waking up our glutes. Make sure you're pressing through your hands evenly. Your belly is drawn in towards your spine. You're not collapsing through the front body or through your shoulders. Good. Keep pulsing. You have about 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Before you drop your knee, open your hip out to the side. So you kind of look like a dog about to pee on a fire hydrant. We're going to take 10 ninja kicks from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release back to tabletop. Good. Let's bring our big toes together, knees wide, as we sink back into our child's pose just for a breath or 2. Inhaling through your nose. You might exhale with a sigh. Good. Inhale. And long exhale. On your next inhale, let's make our way back to tabletop. We're going to wake up our glutes on the other side. Take a moment to center yourself. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips before you step those left toes back. Good, then bend that left knee, bring that sole of that left foot so that it's pointed towards the ceiling, and we'll begin our pulsing. Again, this is a really small movement. We're only moving that leg up and down an inch or two, no more than 3 inches. Good. Again, make sure that you're pressing through your hands evenly. Baby and belly are both drawn in towards your spine. We're not collapsing through that lower back. We have about 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Open that left hip out to the side, and we'll take our 10 ninja kicks. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Let's bring our big toes together, knees wide, sink back into our table or our child's pose just for a moment. Inhaling and long exhales here. Our glutes work so hard for us throughout the day. It's important to warm them up before we ask them to work extra hard in yoga practice or any other physical activity you're doing. It's also extra good to work the booty during pregnancy because we tend to get pancake butt when we're breastfeeding. For some reason, all of the energy needed to produce milk seems to make our butts nice and flat. Let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Good. Let's come back to our tabletop position. Again, we're going to step those right toes back. This time, no lifting. We're going to take our right toes off the left side of our mat, finding a side body stretch. You might stay here, or to go a little bit deeper, you might spider crawl your right hand also off the left side of your mat. It can be a bit of a balancing practice. So if you're feeling off-centered, bring that right hand back. Otherwise, stay here, breathing into that right side body. One more inhale here. And on an exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop position. We'll take that over to the other side. Inhaling, stepping the left toes back, swinging those left toes off the right side of the mat. Again, you might stay here, or you might begin to spider crawl your left hand out and then over, coming off the right side of your mat, finding a deeper side body stretch. As you inhale, breathe into that left side body, enjoying that stretch. One more inhale here. And exhale, the left hand back, left foot back, finding our tabletop position. From here, let's curl the toes under, sink the hips back, and find our downward facing dog. In pregnancy, we want to take a wider downward dog stance, so you might move your feet so that they're closer to mat's width distance apart rather than hips width, and same with your hands. Good. Doesn't matter how close your heels come to the ground here. Let's just begin to explore our downward facing dog, maybe bending one knee and then the other. You might look under one shoulder and then the other. However wiggly your dog has been, let's take a moment to find stillness. Taking one long inhale here and a long exhale. On your next inhale, let's bend the knees generously and And bear crawl our way to the top of our mat, finding a forward fold. I'm not going to stay here long, so let's inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And finally, inhale, slowly roll up, finding your mountain pose. And stay here for a breath or two. You might rock a little bit forward and back, grounding through the earth. Here we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, finding your mountain pose. From here, you might step to the center of your mat. We'll stay here in mountain for a moment, grounding through all four corners of the feet. You might rock a little bit forward and backward, maybe side to side. Just noticing how it feels to distribute your weight across your foot. You might start to take your rocking in a circular motion, perhaps moving counterclockwise. And then you might slowly exaggerate your circles, finding some broader hip circles. Good. Keep moving here. Breathing as you circle the hips, warming those up for our practice, and continuing to warm up the spine. Whatever direction you're moving, let's go the opposite way. Perhaps moving in a clockwise direction now. Again, just circling those hips, noticing if anywhere feels tight or you feel any tension somewhere. So you might circle back and forth over that area a few times, giving it a little bit of extra love. Let's take one more hip circle before we find stillness in our mountain pose. Let's take one breath here, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. Let's begin to heel toe, our feet wide. Then bring your feet so that they're pointed at a 45-degree angle towards the corners of your mat, preparing for our goddess pose. Here we'll inhale the arms up, finding star, taking up space. As we exhale, let's bend the knees, bring our hands around our belly. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Exhale, come down. Hands around belly, thighs are parallel, knees are pointing in the same direction as our toes. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, rise up, star. Exhale, bend your knees, grab your belly. Inhale, star. Exhale, find your plie squat. Last time, inhale up, star. Exhale, good. Hands around your belly. Thighs parallel. From here, let's inhale up to star and exhale down to our plie squat. We're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. You might take your hands off your belly and bring them to your hips. Feeling the burn through our inner thighs and through those glutes. That's why we warmed them up earlier. We're halfway through, more than halfway through at this point. We've only got 10 seconds left. For those last 10 seconds, you might take 10 pulses. 10, 9, again, very small movement, just moving our hips up and down a few inches. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale up, star pose. Good, let's bring our hands to prayer at the center of our chest. Hold here for an inhale and a long exhale. Good. Your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead as you sink the hips back down, thighs to parallel. This time as you exhale, let's bring our right elbow onto our right thigh, finding a sumo side stretch. Just gonna hold here for a few breaths, enjoying that side body stretch, getting a little bit of extra burn in our thighs. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to neutral. Release your legs for a moment. We'll take that to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Sink the hips down, finding your plie squat. As you exhale, let's bring our left elbow to our thigh and our right arm overhead, bicep by the ear, finding our sumo side stretch. Again, we'll just hold here for a few moments. Make sure you're not collapsing through the chest. Your heart is open. Your gaze is up towards the sky or straight ahead. One more inhale here. And an exhale back to neutral. This time, let's turn our toes so that our feet are parallel with the short edge of our mat and come down into our wide-legged forward fold. We're going to stay here for a few moments, so if you have your blocks, you might use them to bring the ground up to you. You want to make sure your gaze is not back between your feet, but about 12 to 18 inches in front of your toes. We want to avoid getting dizzy here. So we're making sure we're not taking a super deep fold, but we're still enjoying a nice stretch through the back and side body. Good, let's take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, you might begin to walk the hands over to the right side of your mat, bending that right knee, finding a side lunge. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, bring the left hands over to the left side of the mat, bending that left knee, again finding a side lunge. Good, as you inhale, back through center. Exhale over to the right side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale over to the left side. Good. We're just going to keep moving here for about a minute. If you have your blocks, you might bring them with you. Not looking for a super deep side lunge here. Just slowly warming up our inner thighs. With each iteration, you might find yourself sinking a little bit deeper. Your heels can come off the mat as you enter your side lunge to find a deeper stretch. Or you might stay up here, just barely bending that left and right knee. Find whatever variation feels good for you today. We'll take one more on each side. Good. Coming back through center. Take your last lunge on the other side. And we'll meet in our wide-legged forward fold. Good. From here, let's rise up, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, slowly roll back up. Heel toe, the feet together. Back to our mountain pose. Let's step to the short edge of our mat. We're going to do a few moon salutations now. We'll start off with a very basic moon salutation flow, and then we'll add on to it with each pass across our mat. Again, you don't need props for this, but if you have blocks, you might want them to be accessible. Maybe put one at each end of your mat so you have them available. When you're ready, come to the short edge of your mat, find your mountain pose. Let's take one breath here. Inhaling through the nose and a long exhale. Your next inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead, maybe a gentle back bend. And then exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step the right toes back, coming into a low lunge. Since we're pregnant, we want both of our hands on the inside of that left foot. It's really more of like a runner's lunge or even a lizard. Again, if you have blocks, you could use that to bring the ground up to you, making this a little bit more comfortable. Stay here for one more breath. And as you exhale, let's walk the hands through our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then let's walk the hands to the other edge of our mat, finding our low lunge on the other side. Again, if you have a block, you can use that to bring the ground up to you a little bit. Do a self-check, make sure your knee is over that ankle. We'll hold here for one more breath. And as we exhale, let's step the left toes up to meet the right, finding our forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. We're going to do that same flow backwards across the mat, and this time we're going to add on. So let's inhale, arms up overhead, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's step the left toes back, finding our runner's lunge. Good. Hold here for a breath. And on your exhale, let's turn the back toes so that they're parallel with the short edge of our mat. Keep the right hand planted. On your next inhale, let's open the left arm up to the sky, finding a gentle twist. You're gonna make sure your baby and your hips are pointed the same direction here. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand back to the mat, find your low lunge again. Good. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly walk your hands to your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, let's walk over to our runner's lunge on the other side. Hold here for your inhale. And on an exhale, let's turn those right toes so that they're parallel with the short edge of our mat. Keep our left hand planted. On your next inhale, let's reach our right arm up to the sky, finding a gentle twist. Again, make sure baby and your hips are pointed in the same direction. We're not twisting through our lower back here, just finding an opening through our upper back body. On an exhale, bring the right hand back to the mat. Find your low lunge again. Hold here for your inhale. And as you exhale, let's step the right toes up to meet the left, finding your forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Again, we're going to do that same flow backwards across our mat, adding on. Let's take one round of breath here, preparing ourselves. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right toes back. Find your low lunge. Hold here for your inhale. And as you exhale, turn the right toes so they're parallel with the short edge of your mat. Plant your left hand on the center of your mat. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Gentle twist. Hold here for another inhale. And as you exhale, push yourselves up, finding your warrior two. We'll hold here for our inhale. And a long exhale. Feeling strong through our warrior legs. On your next inhale, reach the left arm forward, flip the palm, and as you exhale, find your reverse warrior. We'll hold here for a round of breath. And our next inhale, let's begin to come back through our warrior two. And as we exhale, windmill the arms down to our low lunge. Again, we'll hold here for our inhale. And as we exhale, we'll slowly walk our hands through our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's inhale the hands over to the right edge of our mat, finding our low lunge on the other side. Again, hold here for your inhale. And as you exhale, let's turn the back toes, plant the right palm. Inhale, left arm up to the sky, finding your gentle twist. Hold here for one more inhale. And as you exhale, let's push ourselves up, warrior two. We'll hold here for a round of breath, feeling strong through our warrior legs. Your next inhale, reach the right arm forward, flip the palm, and as you exhale, find your reverse warrior. Hold here for another inhale. And as you exhale, let's windmill the arms all the way down to our low lunge. Hold here for your inhale. And as you exhale, let's step the back toes up to meet the front, finding our forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. We can do that same flow with one final variation, backwards across our mat. Before we begin, let's take one round of breath here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left toes back. Find your low lunge. Hold here for your inhale. And on your next exhale, turn the back toes to the parallel with the short edge of the mat and plant the right hand. Inhale, left arm up to the sky, finding our gentle twist. Hold here for your exhale. And one more inhale. And on your next exhale, let's push up to our warrior two position. Holding here for a round of breath, feeling strong. Your next inhale, reach the right arm forward, flip the palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Hold here for a round of breath. On an inhale, let's come back to our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Exhale. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. And as you exhale, let's bend down, finding our triangle pose. Now, you can have your right hand on your right ankle here. You could have right hand on your right shin, right hand on your right thigh, or you might bring that right hand to a block. Find whatever variation of triangle feels right for you today. We'll hold here for one more round of breath. One more inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to the mat and find your low lunge. Good. We'll hold here for an inhale. And we'll exhale as we walk our hands through our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk the hands over to the left side of the mat, finding your low lunge on the other side. Hold here for your inhale. As you exhale, let's find those warrior two legs. Plant the left palm. Inhale, right arm up to the sky, finding your gentle twist. Hold here for your inhale. As you exhale, push yourself up, warrior two. We'll hold here for a round of breath. On your next inhale, reach the left arm forward, flip the palms. Exhale, reverse warrior. Hold here for a round of breath. Enjoying that side body stretch. Your next inhale, let's come back to our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. This time as you exhale, let's bring the left arm down, finding our triangle pose. Again, take whatever variation of triangle feels right for you today. You could have your left hand on your shin, on your ankle, on your thigh, or you could use a block. We'll take one more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, let's windmill the arms down back to our low lunge. Hold here for your inhale. As you exhale, let's step the right toes up to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms up overhead, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. It was our last time through our moon salutation. Take a moment to catch your breath if you're feeling a little winded. You might return to the center of your mat. If you have a block or pillow, bring it with you. Then bring your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. Toes at a 45-degree angle. So we inhale our arms up here. Exhale, hands to prayer as we begin to sink down into our yogi squat or our birthing squat. Now you don't need a prop here. You can stay right where you are. Or you could bring a block underneath you and come to rest on that. Maybe even two blocks. Bringing the ground up to you a little higher. Keep your hands in prayer, elbows pushing against those thighs, against your knees, keeping your legs and hips open. We're going to hold here for a minute. It's a great pose to take later in pregnancy to help baby drop into position. You can also take this pose in early labor, again, to help baby get into position. Taking a few contractions in this pose can help baby drop deeper into your pelvis and find the room they need to turn and face the right way. We'll stay here for maybe 2 more breaths. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And a long exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And a long exhale. Slowly begin to come out of your squat. If you were using a prop, set it aside as you bring your glutes to the earth, your knees out in front. You might take a moment to just windshield wiper the legs. Taking a bit of a counter pose to that deep hip opener. And we'll find our reclined pigeon pose. Let's bring our left ankle, crossing it over our right knee, keeping those left toes flexed to protect our left knee. To make this a deeper stretch, you can bring those right toes in, closer towards your glutes. Or to make it more of a restorative pose or make sure you have enough space for baby, heel toe those right toes out a little bit farther. You can take this pose in stillness, or you might begin to rock onto that left glute, giving yourself a little bit of a butt massage here at the end of our practice. Wherever you are, let's take one more long inhale. And a long exhale. Before returning that left foot to the earth and crossing our right ankle over our left knee this time, taking our pigeon pose on the other side. Again, you might move that left foot in and out until you find a place that's the right balance of enough space for baby, plus a good hip stretch. You can take this pose in stillness, or if you tried it on the other side, you might begin to rock onto that right glute, giving yourself a little bit of a butt massage here. Make sure we're not collapsing through the chest. Your chest is open. Pressing through the hands to keep yourself upright here. Let's take one more long inhale here. And a long exhale. Before bringing the soles of our right foot back to the mat, we'll swing our feet down to the ground. We might windshield wiper the legs again as we slowly come down onto our backs. Nope. You might windshield wiper the legs again as we slowly lower ourselves down into our resting pose. When we're pregnant, it's best to come into a resting pose on our side. I recommend your left side, but if the right side feels better for you, that's fine. You're not going to stay here for like an hour or two. When you're ready, find your resting pose. You might have your one hand under your head like a pillow. You could also use a block or an actual pillow under your head. You might bring a block between your knees. Finding whatever variation of this side lying pose feels most comfortable for you today. As you continue to breathe in and out through the nose, I invite you to draw your attention towards your belly and towards baby, and just notice what they're doing. Sometimes gentle movement like yoga can rock a baby to sleep, so your little one might feel quiet and still right now. Other times babies wait until mom lays down before they begin kicking and twisting and jumping and doing whatever other things they do in there. So just notice what your little one is doing. Pregnancy seems to be the time when we both need the most sleep and when sleep and rest can sometimes be so elusive. So I invite you to stay here in this side lying pose for as long as life allows, taking these moments to rest your body, rest your mind, maybe even catch a few minutes of sleep. I thank you for practicing with me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more prenatal yoga just like this. I hope to see and practice with you again. Namaste.